Introduction. Climate change is a long-term change in temperature and weather pattern. This shift may be natural, much like the wave variation in the solar cycle would. However, since the 1800, human activity has been the most important factor in climate change, following the widespread use of fossil fuels such as coal, oil, and gas. Thousands of experts and government reviewers agree in a succession of UN publications that keeping global temperature rise below 1.5 Celsius will help us avoid the worst climate impact and maintain a habitable environment. Global warming is expected to reach roughly 3.2 Celsius by the end of the century according to current national climate plans. Climate change may have an impact on our health, food production, housing, safety, and employment. People who live in small island nations and other impoverished countries are already more exposed to climate change. Research framework. The research framework is to implement the steps taken throughout the research. It is commonly used as a guide for researchers to be more focused in the scope of their study. With that, the beginning in making this report, we discuss choosing what title we want to take. After select a title, we collect all the background information about the selected title to make it easy for us to understand about the selected title. Next, we identify the research problem encountered in the title and generate research objective of the study to be clarified in the full report.
Background information. Marine ecosystems like freshwater ecosystems are the part of the large group of aquatic ecosystems. Marine habitats occupy more than 70% of the Earth's surface and include a large amount of salts. Offshore systems such as the ocean surface, the deep sea, lakeed ocean, and the sea floors are examples of the marine ecosystem. One of the most important aquatic variables for marine ecosystem is sunlight. It's so critical that scientists divide marine habitats into three categories based on how much light they get. Before this, a coastal zone where ocean meet rivers is known as a estuary. In these shields, areas for extreme weather, nutrients and salt from the ocean mingle with those from the rivers. As a result, estuaries are among the most productive areas on the planet, supporting a diverse range of life. Last, as the depth of ocean grows, it becomes dark, cooler, and less oxygen-rich. Organisms residing in the defaulting and aquatic zone of deep sea ecosystem have unique adaptation that enable them to survive in this hard setting.
Limitation and delimitation of the study. Problem statement. Global warming is causing sea level to rise, threatening coastal pollution centers. Many pesticides and nutrients used in agriculture end up in the coastal waters, resulting in oxygen depletion that kills marine plants and shellfish. Factories and industrial plants discharge sewage and other runoff into the ocean. There are two issues, which is marine ecosystem and deep sea biodiversity. Firstly, the marine ecosystem is the climate change can have an impact on marine ecosystem by increasing terminal stratification and decreasing upwelling, rising sea levels and waves highest and frequency. Polar bears are among the living beings who will be most impacted by the loss of sea ice. The population of polar bear is expected to decline by 30% as a result of habitat loss and degradation of habitat quality. Secondly, deep sea biodiversity. The deep sea bed is thought to support more species than any other marine environment. Population, shipping, military activities, and climate change all threaten marine biodiversity and ecosystems. But fishing is currently the most serious threat. Bottom trawling is the most serious threat to deep sea biodiversity. This type of higher sea fishing is more harmful to sea mounts and the cold water cause the live on them. Several commercial bottom deep dwelling fish species can taste habitats home. There are two challenges, which is threat and challenges to ecosystem and between human pressure and ecosystem. The firstly is threat and challenges to ecosystem is the climate extreme may be more likely more than threat to trigger extreme change, which is ACES. So microbial communities are important in mediating biogeochemical cycling. Diverse site loess will predominate in water limit ecosystem. Sheep predates loess will also occur in system lacking steppe topography, gradients, and lacking pool of potential replacement species nearby. Secondly, between human pressure and ecosystem, the human's activities are endangering global biodiversity and have a growing impact on marine ecosystem. In some seas, less than 1% of the surface is considered as unaffected by human disturbance. There is evidence that the likelihood of regime shifts by increase as a result of decreased ecosystem resilience due to a decrease in diversity, functional group of species, or trophic levels. Understanding the relationship between humans' activity and their various impacts on marine environment is other major challenges to be discussed.
Analysis report with findings. There are 4 elements that I will describe in this section. The first element is strength. One of the major strength factor is land use planning, such as in the inland whaley swamp. Land use planning is a process of regulating land used by the authorities, so it aims to generate more acceptable social and environmental outcome. The second element is weakness. There are problems in monitoring and measurement of carbon stocks. This is due to a lack of equipment and lack of trained staff. Then, it will cause the country to be affected by volatile climate change such as floods. The third element is opportunity. This opportunity can be developed to improve mitigation strategy for climate change in Sierra Leone and West Africa. Next, launch the National Tree Planting Day. It can restore damaged soil by planting versatile tree. The last element is a threat. There are several examples of threats such as poor governance, soil depletion, deforestation, and land degradation. It will affect the development and implementation of RED projects.
For possible solution and recommendation, we could suggest number 1 is keep fossil fuel underground. Storing fossil fuel in the ground is a direct way to limit the effect of climate change ecosystem. According to scientists, the majority of fossil fuel must be stored underground to avoid their status. Most of the world fossil fuel reserves must be stored underground to have a 50% chance for keeping global temperatures for rising 1.5 degrees Celsius above the industrial level. Petroleum or crude oil is a type of fossil fuel that can be stored underground, and it is a liquid fossil fuel that is mainly composed of hydrocarbon. Using this method, the oil will be reduced in the soil because it has a percent river equivalent to 46.6 times its annual concentration level. Number 2 is reduce plastic. Plastic should be reduced because plastic can be found almost anywhere. This is due to its trend like weight, low cost, and versatility. It does not degrade naturally until a large amount of plastic is burned, which contributes to emission. The majority of plastic waste is not reused or recycled because experts believe that 50% of plastic is disposable, meaning it is used once and then discharged. The majority of these plastic are recyclable, but must only cripple government lend the infrastructure to run this energy-intensive process. Recycling plastic not only consumes a lot of energy, but it also consumes a lot of water. Redepositing of plastic waste is a major environmental issue. The manufacturing process emits vast amount of carbon dioxide, which contributes to global warming. Number 3 is protect forests like the Amazon. The Amazon is one of the world's natural wardens. This is due to the abundance of natural or cultural diversity in the area. Forests play a critical role in combating climate change, and providing them is a critical limit solution. Deforestation on a land cycle destroys trees that can absorb large amount of carbon. This way, it can reduce carbon dioxide emission in the atmosphere. We also
foraging, clean air, and preventing global warming in our planet.
For the conclusion, the climate change brings the impact to the marine ecosystem, so some possible solutions can be applying to protect the marine environment, such as keep storing the fossil fuels under the ground, reduce of using plastic, and protect the forest to keep maintaining the sustainability of marine life. This can help our marine environment keep clean and can be safe for the future generation for their benefit. Proper management protection can be planned by governments or other organizations to produce more effective ways, such as tightening the existing laws that can give more consciousness to the human. Depending on the geographic region, the effects of climate change have the potential to affect all sectors of human and natural system. Individual sectors, cities and states can all take a variety of possible actions.